Tressa, and we're fancy marketing people with Union, a Wyoming-based telecommunications company. Yes, Wyoming really does exist, and we proudly serve the Rocky Mountain region.
On this podcast, we will feature businesses, organizations, nonprofits, and influential people from Utah, Colorado, and Wyoming.
Our mission is to highlight those who inspire their communities daily.
We believe this makes us truly authentic, because a journey of 1,000 miles always begins with a single step. Hello, Tressa.
Hey, Myra.
We're back.
We're back. We made it.
We made
it through one podcast.
Yes.
Woo!
Here we are, journey number 2.
Journey number 2.
Yeah, with our second warm day in the
gosh.
last 365 days, it feels like.
I know. I almost wore open-toed shoes today, but not quite.
I debated my bikini. I know. It's a really,
Oh my gosh.
really tough choice. I'm like, bikini, pants, I don't know. So that was a tough one.
Yeah, it was a tough one, but oh my gosh, we might be heading into spring and summer. We deserve it.
Yeah. I think we need to wear a little heat lamp around our head all winter or something to give us vitamin D, or just a sauna on our back.
Can't you feel the vibe changing too?
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of a little bit nicer.
I know. I
last
like
couple of
myself
days.
for once right now. I like me. Wow. I actually like my family.
Yeah.
We're not
I know.
all, I like my job. I don't hate everybody today. Yeah. It's a whole different
It's a whole
world.
different vibe.
Yeah.
So, gosh, Mother Nature, keep it coming, please.
I know. Now we need grass.
Yeah,
I need
we
grass.
definitely need grass.
I need green. I need to walk on something other than concrete and mud.
We need grass, sun, warmth.
Birds.
Yeah,
I need
birds.
to hear the birds.
Well, yeah. So this morning I live in the county and my neighbors have peacocks. So I was pleasantly surprised to see a little bit of peacock poop on my driveway. Because I was like, this is spring. Here we are. They're back.
You know it's spring when you get peacock poop. That's a new one. Yeah.
It's the world we live in.
Don't you have scorpions too?
Yeah, I do sometimes.
You're like a little mini, I don't even know, like a terrarium? Is that what it's where you're in your own little animal space?
Yeah, that's why
I think
need
it's
your brother
you.
to come and spray.
Yeah, spray him. That'll be a new one to his resume.
yeah.
Took care of scorpions, relocated peacocks. What else do you have? Don't you have tarantulas? Did I make that up?
I don't think I have tarantulas.
Oh.
But scorpions, yes. Yeah. My dog, probably 5 or 6 years ago, he's passed now, but his name was Baxter, and he bit one.
Oh my gosh.
And the poor guy's face was I was laughing, I shouldn't have, but he looked like this crazy swollen, what's that guy's name? The swollen,
The swollen face?
What? I don't swollen face. Who am I thinking of?
I don't know. Who am I Googling? Guy with swollen face. I don't know. How do you even tag that? What kind of Google search is guy with swollen face? Who?
You're supposed to be my young mind here.
I am your young mind, but this one's lost on me. Guy with swollen face?
Okay, there was a movie. It was years ago.
Oh, Hitch.
Was it Hitch?
Yeah, where Will Smith, he
Yeah.
ate the food.
Yeah, and he was, yes.
Okay, first
Yeah.
off, guys, I deserve
Guy
an
with
award for
swollen face.
freaking figuring that out. Somehow gathering Guy with Swollen Face movie to Hitch. So, yeah, I win something there.
I love this. I love when we can I can throw something out at Myra and she's got to figure it out from
Yeah, it's
few
like a
words.
game, guys. She keeps me sharp. Instead of mind games to keep my mind sharp,
Yeah.
I just hang out with Tressa.
Yeah,
And she throws
exactly.
out these bones and I have to put
She's
the
gotta
puzzle
figure
together.
it out, yeah.
So, I'm really good at reading between lines.
It's like word charades,
pretty much.
right? Yeah, I like it. Good job, though.
I know.
Anyway, yes, that happened.
He looked like Hitch.
Yeah, and then his poor one jowl never actually recovered. It always was a little
Oh.
saggy on him. Poor
Oh.
guy.
That's sad. But yeah, I don't know, to bite a scorpion. I don't know if I could. I don't want that in my life.
Yeah, me neither. But
Or my dogs. One time my dog ate a bee in her face.
Oh.
She's also dead too. I don't know. So apparently when animals, it was years later. Okay.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the day it happened, but yeah, apparently
it wasn't the cause of
of it. No, but yeah, her face swelled up too. But well, anywho, today on our podcast, we have a very special guest, someone who's actually one of our favorite people and one of our bestest of friends here with us. We have Leslie Perkins, and she owns Intention Studio and Elevation Fitness.
Elevate, yes.
Oh, Elevate.
Yeah,
wow.
no.
I just made up the name, guys. So sorry. I just butchered it.
Hey,
Whoops.
Elevate,
I could have
Elevation.
read. There's like, for listener land, there's pamphlets like right in front of my face. Like I could have totally read what it is. Elevate. I just want elevation, I guess.
Yes. Same concept, but
Yeah. And Leslie Perkins was her maiden name. She did get
Oh my
married.
gosh.
Leslie.
no, that's okay.
Leslie
Phillips.
Phillips.
No, yes.
Now.
What have I done?
That's okay.
How did I ruin that? Where's your name? Is it your name on Facebook, Perkins?
No, it's Phillips.
No, it's not.
It is.
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. Let's
Yeah,
delete.
I'm actually
rewind.
impressed that you knew my maiden name.
Yeah.
yeah, I am
I'm
impressed.
creepy. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, let's delete, I guess. Apparently she's not my friend and not one of my favorite people because I
my
know
gosh.
nothing.
No, it's okay. I feel like a lot of people know me more by Leslie Perkins. Like Phillips is just so new, so that's okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I go by either.
you just pick and choose. Yeah, this one works. Actually, okay, funny story, listener people. So my daughter, my maiden name is Triplet, and the other day she cried and she said, my name is Magnolia Triplet. And like freaked out and said, that's my name. And I'm like, I don't even know how you came to this conclusion. But I mean, I have brothers, so all of their kids have the last name Triplet.
yeah.
Like we're the only in my little pod of
Right.
siblings
Without the last
Triplet.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like really
She
upset.
probably felt like outcasted.
Yeah,
like, why
she's
don't I
like,
have the same name as my cousin?
yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
I'm a triplet. And I'm like, well, you kind of technically are. So I don't know. But
You could hyphenate.
There you go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually dropped my middle name.
For a 4-year-old.
Yeah, I kept my last name as my middle name because in the state of Wyoming, I couldn't be names that I'm not disclosing in full sentences, so people can't come find me. But they said it was too long, and I'm like,
So you couldn't pick your name?
no. So I had to drop one of them, and then they, I think my mom, she had like 7 names.
What?
And she got to keep all of hers. And
So it
I
just
know,
depends on the state?
I guess. And so apparently North Carolina is a lot cooler. But Wyoming, they straight up told me at the Social Security office, they said, no, you've got to pick one of the 4 or 3 of the 4 names. You can't, I couldn't keep my name, my middle name, my maiden name, and my
So you're
married
limited
name.
to 3.
That's what they told me. So maybe they just didn't want to deal with me.
So I can be Leslie Ann Perkins Phillips even if I want.
Yeah, you can be whatever you want to be. So I claim all of the names sometimes. So
Yeah.
it just depends.
I love that.
Yeah. But cool. Well, enough about my name.
Now maybe we should get to know Leslie.
Yeah.
And now you know. Now
Leslie
you learned a
Ann
little
Perkins
bit.
Phillips.
Yes, we can go off of that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you want to tell us like your
Yeah.
story? Just tell
Yeah,
us a little bit
absolutely.
about
I am so excited to be here today. So this is so much fun. So thank you so much for having me. But I don't even know where you guys want me to start. I feel like, how much time do you have? I feel like my story is so long, like when I actually break
plenty
it
of time.
down
Yeah.
and talk about it. But yeah, I am the owner of Intentions Health and Wellness. And just now opened up Elevate 24-hour fitness. Elevation, it's the same. But so my journey began, in the weirdest spot at the weirdest time in my life. I had recently got divorced, and I ended up back here in the Valley in a place that I never ever thought that I would end up back. Like I thought for sure like my 18-year-old self would come back and just kick my ass because I was so disappointed. And here I am, 31 years old, living with my parents again, and I just had no idea where life was going to take me. And weird things were happening like around me. Like my friend was experiencing some very traumatic things in her life. All this like weird stuff was going on, and all of a sudden I just felt this calling to stay right where I was at and to open up a health and wellness center. And I had never ever had that thought before. And a little bit about my background, like I am a registered nurse, and so I've always wanted to help people in some aspect. And here I am thinking about, I have to have this health and wellness center. And in my mind, I wanted all aspects of health and wellness, right? I wanted spiritual help, because at this point in my time, I'm going through this new crazy spiritual journey as well. And mental health, which is, what a lot of people in this area struggle with all the time. It's so big. And it was plaguing the community at that time. And, physical health is always important and stuff, especially like being a nurse. And so anyways, I put it out there that I wanted to bring this health and wellness center to the community. So I created a Google Doc, I created a post, and before I knew it, I had like 250 people fill out this Google Doc. Like, what kind of things do you need for this community? Like, what kind of services, what kind of health and wellness? Like, what are you looking for? Like, what is the community lacking and stuff? And, I was working at the hospital at the time, and then COVID hit, and it just was this crazy divine little like snowball effect. And then here we are, what is it, 2-3 years later? And the fruition of this health and wellness center and gym has come. And here, so it's so cool to see how far it's come. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, your business has expanded so much, right? I mean,
yes.
So you opened Intentions, was it 2-3 years ago?
Yeah, I think it was like right in the middle of COVID, which was so weird to open up a business right in the middle of COVID, to take that plunge. But,
yeah.
And that was divine too. All of this has just been divine. But it was 2019, 2020, I can't remember, but it was September. And then here we are in a whole new location, a whole new business, all these new services and stuff. 2-3 years later?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been really incredible to see how the services have expanded, right?
Yeah.
And with that, you needed a bigger space
Yes.
to offer more services,
Yeah.
right? And then you were able to find a building that fit that vision, right?
Yeah. And it's perfect. We're located right in the middle of our two little towns, and you have to drive right by us. And so the second we moved over here to our new location, it's just boomed. We've been able to offer those more services, open up a gym, and people have just flooded to here. It's so cool to see the expansion and the growth so fast. So
what's your most popular service that you're offering right now?
Oh man,
people are utilizing
right now. I feel like medical weight loss has been our biggest thing. Everybody is looking to feel better. And the medical weight loss is cool because it helps not only with health, but it helps with your mental health too. It's a very big mental health game too. So that's been our number one thing. Our IV infusions are still really big. We've been doing those for over 1.5 years now. And that was what we had originally had started doing, was the vitamin injections and the IV infusions. And that was prevalent enough and profitable enough that we were able to expand and come over here. So, and it continues to be such a big service. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I love how you're bringing in the mental health awareness, right?
Yeah.
Because, one of our branding foundations for Union is mental health awareness, right? Being a brave brand and standing up for that, specifically in Wyoming, right? We continue to trend, unfortunately, between us and I believe Alaska for per capita, the highest suicide rate.
Yep.
So, I think it's really amazing that you're bringing that into a small community, right? And offering like these amazing services that people prior to this would have had to drive probably to Salt Lake City, right? To get some of this stuff, right?
Yeah. Because I share these things. So, previous podcast, I'm from North Carolina, and I was sharing these things with one of my really good friends and telling her like what I'm doing, and because I'm a frequent flyer here, and coming in either for the gym, or if I'm coming in for a vitamin injection, or if I'm coming in to have my labs tested, because having your hormones tested as a woman is very expensive. Yeah. And so one of the services that you guys offer is to test hormones and do a full panel of things that aren't always tested in a doctor's office. Yeah. And so I was sharing this with her. She's like, you really have all of that in your small town? Like, this is crazy. And she lives in my hometown, and I mean, it's population, I think 35,000-ish people. Yeah. And she's like, I couldn't find that here. Right. Yeah. And so I think that's really cool that this is here. And like, speaking of, I shared this with you too, Leslie, for those listening. But when we did do a survey with Union, we talked about like influential businesses in the community, like who's making a mark, who's changing things, who's bringing like joy to you in the community. And Intentions was one of the number one businesses mentioned. Yeah. And people were saying like really great comments about what this has brought to them in their lives. And so, like you're doing it.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
Yeah. Well, and I couldn't do it without like the community's help and support. And like that has been the biggest, coolest thing to see, especially with this like new expansion and stuff. Like the outpour has just been unreal. Like I had no idea, you know, like when you had told me that, I was just like, I didn't even know that many people knew about us, you know, and like, and that's all of a sudden everybody knows about us. And that, you know, that's like, my goal is to hit everybody, but also in some aspect, right? And so that's why we have all these different services, have all these different modalities, because not everybody wants to get a vitamin injection, but they still need some type of healing. And so I want to offer as many services and modalities as I can to hit every single person in whatever resonates to them, right? And we go back to like the mental health, and at the time when I had started this, suicide is such a big thing in this community. It's always been a problem. And when I had moved back, one of my best friends was dealing with that as well. Her husband had just committed suicide, and I felt like I just needed to, like, that was part of my mission, right? And you probably can't really connect like vitamin injections to, you know, to mental health and stuff like that, but it plays such a huge role in it. It really does. And so, you know, I feel like in Wyoming too, we're taught to bury those emotions, and we deal with them in the wrong ways, right? And then it leads down to this road. And so if we can bring people in here, create a safe space for them, you know, and vitamins really do play such a big role in it. I don't know how many people here are deficient in vitamin D.
Oh, absolutely.
Vitamin D is such a huge thing. Yes, it
the
is.
little lamp light,
exactly.
like everywhere.
Yeah, and that is a natural way to boost your vitamin D levels. I mean, there's tons of studies out there that show vitamin D deficiencies lead to high suicide risk. It really does. And so we've got vitamin D shots. If you don't want a shot, we've got it in a spray form, we've got it in a pill form, we've got it in a patch form. You can sit in the sauna. I've seen lab levels increase dramatically from just sitting in the sauna. And so like it all ties together. Everything that we're doing here is just all flows together. Your physical health, you know, working out, increasing those endorphins. It sounds silly, but it does help, you know, sitting in the sauna, like it all helps every aspect of healing. And that's our goal. It's just to continue that.
Yeah, I agree. Like it gets the foot in the door.
Yes.
It starts with the vitamins. It starts with those things, because when I was introduced to the studio, it was injections.
Yep.
And same with my husband. Like he wasn't really into any of this stuff or wanted to even deal with mental health or deal with his spiritual health or look inward.
Yes.
And honestly, I'm not sure if I was ready to look inward either, but practices and things are always around, but my foot in the door was vitamins. My husband's foot in the door were vitamins. And then it leads to the different modalities that you offer. And so, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, it's like it's 360, right? It's mental health, spiritual health, and physical health, which are all part of the health of the entire body. Right? Which is vital. So, I think you do a great job at that. And I love, like, deeper than the services you were talking, like you've built a safe space for the community to come in and
be emotional
and be vulnerable in a safe space and feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's vital, right? You could offer the services, but without that atmosphere, it doesn't matter, be as successful as what it is.
Exactly. Right? And how many people out there don't have a safe space? They can't cry or feel those emotions. They don't have those people to talk to. And like as a nurse, that was the frustrating part about healthcare, is that we couldn't get to know our patients on that kind of level. And that's sometimes just all that they needed, right? Was that like a little bit of love, or just like being able to be vulnerable with somebody. And here we get to do that. Like all of my clients, if you know, their family, like, you just get to know them on a different level. And, you know, a lot of them come here, I don't even think for the services. I think they come here for the space, and they come here to, you know, to be around us and to be able to be themselves fully.
And to get your last name wrong.
That's
to do that
okay.
too.
That's okay.
And maybe a hug.
Yes, I'm such a hugger. I love hugs. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's cool because, like, for me, I'm not from the community. And so the people that I get to know is from work or from like coming here. And like, I've built relationships with you and with Amber, who's, for those listening, is a really awesome person who also is a nurse.
Yeah, we couldn't do this without Amber.
Yeah, Amber's a rock star. But I've been able to build those relationships. And so like through the last few months, with struggling with some of my stuff, like having these relationships, sorry guys, but yeah, having these relationships has helped me because it's not about like exactly trying to, like get the things, vitamins, whatever, if I'm having energy done, but it's about the community and having the support system that you don't always have. And so like, that's what I appreciate about the space. Just having the space here to build these relationships with others.
Yeah. And when you really think about it too, like that's the coolest part about this space is the community that we're creating within the community. And that's what I love about the gym. That's what I love about like everything. Like it's a small community in its own bigger community. And it's unreal. It's amazing. And, you know, a lot of people feel the same way that you are. I mean, me too. Like I get to have all these amazing, you know, relationships with people, and it's because of this space. And it, you know, it's way deeper than a vitamin injection.
Yeah, well, it's cooler than hanging out at the bar. Okay, like nobody needs me to hang out at the bar with them. Okay, so this is a cooler place to come hang out, like the little niche.
More healing here too than masking those emotions with alcohol.
Yeah, I can come here instead and cry in front of everybody. Yeah, that's great. So,
but safe space.
Yeah, exactly. But you feel comfortable to cry here, and that's okay. It's a good thing for us. Like it makes us feel good too, that you feel comfortable enough to share that, to cry, to, you know, show those emotions.
Yeah, I can't imagine at this point, you know, I've lived in this community for decades. Like I can't imagine the community without intentions now, you know, it would just be, it's just like a part of the community. It's part of the fabric of the community, and the way that the community has supported you has been amazing.
It's amazing. The grand opening. That blew my mind.
I know. I didn't know what to expect for a grand opening. And I mean, there was so much else going on in town, like swim meets and wrestling meets.
There was like another block party-esque thing down the road. And I mean, there's no one here, guys. Okay. Like we're population 3? I mean, there's nobody here. And to have that many events happening at once. And
we have a big parking lot, and it was full. It was full. And then the highway on both sides was full. And then the parking lot next to us and the other business was full too. And it was but like everybody, their excitement was so cool to see. Everybody was just so excited. And it was like people that I haven't seen in years, and they were like proud of this. And it's like to create something that the community is proud of is just so cool. Like I'm so appreciative.
I saw people that this is not good of me to judging books by the cover, you know that you shouldn't do that. But I saw people that I never would have expected to be here. And cool. They actually, and I could maybe see them on the gym side, because like for those listening, the way the building's split is the gym's in the back, and then you have the really cool health and wellness center in the front of the building. And I was just kind of shocked to see so many people stay here. And do all the things. And there was some free services going on. Like you could talk to the different people that work here and what they offer. And they were really hanging out on this side versus going over to the gym. And I think it was really cool that it opened a space to feel, because it can be scary. And I mean, honestly, like if you don't really know what you're walking into or you think oh, this is out of my comfort zone and
Yeah.
da da da. But that was just this like open door policy, you
Yeah.
know, clean,
Yeah.
safe moment,
Yeah.
you know, where you
Yeah.
can walk in and nobody's
and
looking
nobody's
at you.
wondering like why you're here, because we're all here for the same reason.
Yeah.
We're just checking it out, right?
Yep.
But I mean, over the years, ever since I opened, it's so cool to see who walks through my door. And there's times where I'm like, I would never have expected this person to walk through my door. And I'm so glad that they did, because it is uncomfortable, right? Like anything out of your comfort zone's hard, but to get that type of any type of healing, even if it's just a vitamin injection, you know what I mean? Like that's a big step for a lot
Yeah.
of people, and it's cool. But, you know, and then they start to see, well, what other services do you offer? Okay, tell me
Yeah.
about it. Okay, I want to try it. And then it just escalates. And that was kind of my goal. Get in here in some form, whatever it is, see what else we offer, and then go from there and see what helps.
What are some of the things that are going to be coming up that are going to be new for Intention?
Yeah, that's what I love about like this business, I guess, is that there is no ceiling. There's no like limit to what we could do. And we still, it's funny to think we have now this huge 5,000 square foot building and it's already full and we have no more room. But we still have 3 offices that we're building, and my next thing is a cold plunge, so like a big cold tub, which helps a ton with like inflammation and a whole bunch of like breathing and just mental stuff. And then I think like a mineral soaker too. So it's like a warm tub with like magnesium and stuff just for like recovery. So hitting more of like that recovery and whatnot. But I don't know, there's so much that I want to do. It's so hard to pick and choose like what's coming next, and so we'll see. But I've got big plans. Lots more coming.
Yeah. Well, we're excited to see what
Yeah.
goes down.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Me too.
Where can people find more information?
Our website's probably the best. I do more on Instagram than I do on Facebook. I try so hard. I am not a social media person, but we try. But our website's intentionshealthwellness.com. Our gym is elevate24hourfitness.com. So we've got a lot on the websites. Same with our Instagram pages. Just
Is the
search
handle
us.
for your Instagram?
Yeah, I've got 2 Instagrams, one for the gym and one for the health and wellness. So Intentions Health and Wellness.
Okay,
and
so
then
the same thing.
Elevate
Cool.
24-hour fitness. Yeah, same thing.
I had one last
Yeah,
thing. I just wanted to ask and let you, if there was any other messages that you wanted people to hear before we wrap up today. I just wanted to give you the opportunity.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think the biggest thing that I want people to know is just how much that we do appreciate like their support. Like we just received the call that we won Entrepreneurship of the Year, which just is,
awesome.
It just shows like the community sees us now. But this wouldn't have been possible without like all of the support of our community. And so that's like the biggest message. But also I want people to know that we are a safe space and we're here, you know, to help them in any aspect, even if they just want to come in and ask questions or whatever. But ultimately, like our goal is we just want everybody to live their best lives, you know, whether it's healing like on a mental, physical, spiritual side. There's no reason for you not to live such a good life, and however we can help. So
Yeah, definitely. Life should be joyful.
yes,
Exactly.
exactly. It really should.
Yeah.
No tears left to cry. Only if we need to.
Joyful tears are
Joyful
cool.
tears,
I
yes.
mean, whatever, but
Absolutely. Yes.
happy tears. Yes. Happy tears.
Yes.
Well, cool.
Like it.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Yes,
Leslie.
thanks for having
Really
me.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
And we are excited for the future.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for more.
Yes,
listeners.
yes,
Go
yes.
check out
Come back and we'll have more.
Leslie's websites and follow her on Instagram. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come in for that vitamin injection.
That's right. Start with the vitamins.
Start there.
Start a whole journey.
There you
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Thank you, Leslie.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Cool. Well, until next time.
Stay authentic.